All right, the rise of psychoplastogens. Perhaps the most culturally and scientifically significant development since 2007 is the rebranding and medicalization of serotonergic hallucinogens. Whoa. Coined to describe compounds capable of producing rapid and sustained structural plasticity, compounds like ketamine, psilocybin, and DMT, from the fringes of counterculture to the center of neuropharmacology. All right, so one question I want to ask is, what are the relevant differences between ketamine, psilocybin, DMT, and LSD regarding neuroplasticity and learning? Pragmatic differences: ketamine versus psilocybin versus DMT versus LSD. Regarding neuroplasticity and learning, the differences are mostly about duration, mechanism, and the window of plasticity that follows. All right, duration. We got 45 to 60 minutes for ketamine. We got 20 minutes for DMT. We got 6 hours for psilocybin. We got 12 hours for LSD. We're not going to understand what these mechanisms are, except for the fact that this is kind of neat that DMT and psilocybin are the same. So opens a rapid window of synaptogenesis, new connections. DMT is an intense, rapid induction of plasticity, but the integration period is often shorter due to the rapid onset. Aha, right. Opens a window of plasticity lasting weeks. Yo. Increases entropy, randomness in the brain, allowing rigid beliefs to relax. And then similar to psilocybin, but the dopaminergic activity can make it more stimulating, analytical. Okay, so this adds the extra dopamine release there. All right, depression reset. Best for interrupting a negative pattern quickly, legal in clinical settings. That's ketamine. DMT, businessman's trip. High intensity, low time commitment, but harder to bring lessons back. Psilocybin, therapeutic golden standard. Long enough to work through trauma, short enough to do in a day. The afterglow is ideal for learning new habits. And then LSD, deep reprogramming. Yikes. The long duration forces a complete exhaustion of defenses, but is pragmatically difficult to schedule. That's funny. The traditional chemical imbalance theory of depression, for example, a simple lack of serotonin, has been largely supplanted by the neuroplasticity theory of mood disorders. Depression is increasingly viewed as a disorder of synaptic atrophy. Stress causes the dendritic trees of neurons in the prefrontal cortex and hippocampus to wither and retract. Wow. Psychoplastogens reverse this atrophy with remarkable speed. Research by Olson and others has demonstrated that a single administration of compounds like DMT or psilocybin can induce neurotogenesis, growth of new neurites. Neurites are any extensions growing out from a neuron cell body, serving as precursors to the mature axon, sending signals, and dendrites receiving signals. And Spinogenesis, formation of dendritic spines within 24 hours. Okay, compounds like DMT and psilocybin can induce growth and formation of these. The effect is comparable to or exceeds that of ketamine, the prototype rapid-acting antidepressant. These agents primarily act as agonists at the 5-HT2A receptor. This activation triggers a downstream cascade involving BDNF and the mTOR pathway, mammalian target of rapamycin. mTOR is a master regulator of protein synthesis. Its activation forces the neuron to synthesize the proteins necessary to build new synaptic connections. Okay, so I'm guessing this is the main mechanism that we're looking at here. An agonist that binds to cells' receptors, triggering the same action as the body's natural messenger, essentially activating the receptor to produce a biological response, like a key fitting a lock to open it. Wow. Okay, that's really cool. This mechanism explains the afterglow effect reported by patients, a window of increased psychological flexibility following treatment. The drug does not just boost mood, it physically rebuilds the neural architecture that supports cognitive flexibility, allowing patients to break out of rigid depressive thought patterns. Really cool. The translation of these findings into approved therapies is navigating a complex regulatory environment. Psilocybin to potentially become the first approved classic psychedelic medicine. Wow, it's coming up. People are going to be happier. The path has been rockier for MDMA. In August 2024, the FDA issued a complete response letter, a rejection to Lykos Therapeutics' application of MDMA-assisted therapy for PTSD. The agent cited significant concerns regarding functional unblinding. the fact that patients know they have taken the drug due to its intense psychoactive effects, and potential safety risks. This decision underscores a major methodological hurdle: how to fit the psychedelic experience, which is inherently subjective and unblindable, into the rigid double-blind placebo-controlled framework required for drug approval. I'm guessing ketamine's like already approved, then psilocybin's coming next. MDMA's not being able to make it. Concept of the psychoplastogen has also spurred the development of non-hallucinogenic variants. These compounds aim to induce the structural plasticity without the acute hallucinogenic trip, potentially allowing for take-home prescriptions that avoid the costly supervision required for classic psychedelics. Pretty cool.